YOLO, amazing people of YouTube. So today I want to talk to you guys about the Keystone Pipeline and the train that derailed near the Mississippi, right? I think East Palestine, and all the chemicals got dumped out and is going into the Mississippi River, right? Now, most people are not connecting these two events together, but I am, because Joe Biden said that, we're going to put a stop to the Keystone Pipeline. And they said, wait, it's Germany's. How are you going to do it? He said, we're going to do it. And then, miraculously, the thing fucking blows up, right? Big hit for Russia. Now, I honestly think since we blew up their fucking pipeline, they decided to derail a specific train carrying specific stuff and knowing what the consequences were. Now, the weird part about both of these scenarios is that long as there is room for denial, right? Long as a nation can stand there and say, it wasn't us. No matter who had we have the capability, but long as we can have a level of denial, that wiggle room, they're not even going to mention it, as if, like, they might say it in passing. Russia might say it passively. Hey, we think it was the United States that blew up our pipeline. But they're not really going to push it. They're not going to, try and do something about it, like start a war with us or us with them. Same thing with the train derailment, right? Even if we say, hey, we think it was Russia that did this, Russia's going to be like, no, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. That simple, right? And as long as you're not catching people red-handed, it's plausible deniability. You know what I'm saying? And these things that happen, man, there's going to be consequences to everything we do, right? It's the same thing for countries. It's no different than me and you, If you do something bad to someone, chances are they're going to return the favor and do something bad to you. And I honestly think that the Keystone Pipeline shit, it was Russia, right? And then they had that movie that came out about the train, and it got derailed and the chemicals spilled, I think with the same name and everything, right? I think for political measure, they picked out the exact same city, same place, and did the same thing on, like, so people can be like, holy fuck, look, man, look at the coincidence. Is that a coincidence? It can't be, right? I think it's just some slick shit, and I think it's fucked up all around. I think it's really messed up, man. I'm not blind to shit. Like, and don't get anything twisted. I support the troops. I'm an American. Go fuck yourself, right? But I'm not blind to the evils my government does around the world, right? I'm not an ostrich with his head in the sand. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what our country does around the world, and it's not nice fucking things. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do some horrific shit around the world. And there's consequences to some of that shit, to a lot of that, It's really weird, man. Going a little off topic, like, I was talking to someone online about, they were from Israel, and they were talking about how, the Palestinians shot like 4,000 rockets at Israel, and the Israelis are just bombing the shit out of them now, right? And I asked them, dude, like, these people barely have a heartbeat. They barely have anything. Not even fucking running water most of the time. They don't even have electricity most of the time. How do they get 4,000 fucking rockets and launch it at you guys? Every single one of Israel's citizens has to join the army, male or female, right? It's a highly militarized country. And you're gonna tell me this small group of fucking people just launched 4,000 fucking missiles at you guys, like mad terrorism, right? Or is it something like you guys are saying they did that, or it's, you know, it's you guys doing it for the reason that you guys can just go and carpet bomb them away, you know? It's like just expansionism at its worst. And now it's like, you know, it's saddening. The real sad part about this is in regards to the Jewish people, right? Like, the horrors of World War II is always reminded to everybody. It's reminded through movies, through our schools, through the horrific things that the Nazis did to the Jewish people. And I'm with that. You know, the people need to be reminded of shit so these things don't continue to happen, right? But in regards to Israel and Palestine, dude, you guys have become the Nazis. You, the people that got the short end of the stick in terms of the horrific shit that happened in World War II. You guys got the short end of the stick horrifically. And now, fast forward in time, and now it's you guys doing the horrific shit. And it's like, and the person's like, no, you know, those are terrorists. And I was like, come on, man. Like, you guys think us people outside of that country, you don't think we see videos? You don't think we hear the stories? You don't think we see the propaganda and see through the propaganda? You don't think we see through a bunch of the fucking bullshit? It's just that, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do from California? And why the fuck should I do anything from all the way from California? Right? But at the same time, man, it's like, dude, man, there's gonna be consequences down the fucking line. Down the fucking line, there's gonna be consequences. Because you can't just eradicate people. It's never worked. It's never worked throughout history. Unless you've literally killed every man, woman, child, fucking relative, cousin, neighbor, dog, goldfish, and then burn down, like, just scorch earth policy that shit, you know? I'm sure that's happened a few times throughout history, but in modern times you can't do that. There's no way you can do it, you know? And all these horrific things are happening around the world, and people don't really, the average person is like, there isn't much people can do about it. And, you know, now they're talking about, like, war with China and war with Russia, and it's like the same fucking weirdos are popping up out of the woodwork talking about, oh yeah, you know, they're the major threat and this is what they want to do, and the weapons of mass destruction and Iraq, and right, it's the same motherfuckers, COVID and all the, like, it's the same people hopping out the woodwork. And the cool thing about the internet is everything is documented now, right? All the lies can be just cut up and put together and be presented in like a 1 minute fucking video of all the bullshit. And people are slowly waking up to, like, dude, these motherfuckers are lying to us. Like, some of us always knew this shit, but majority of people, nah, not our government, not ours, you know? And it's like, yeah, ours, you know? And it's the same fucking weirdos hopping out the woodwork. And in my opinion, you meaning anybody, I don't think you have any right to say we should go to war unless you or your kids are like the front line infantry, the first fucking line that goes into war. Unless your fucking kid is with a gun rifle in hand, that front line, pushing that front line, unless it's you or your kid that's gonna be in that front line position, you have no right to say we should go to war. then and only then. Did you guys know during the Soviet times, let's say for construction, right? You know what Stalin used to do? So let's say you were an engineer and you know, he gave you the task of, there, we need to build this bridge and it has to be to these specs, right? It has to, like, we should be able to run, let's say, our tanks over this bridge. So it should be able to withstand, you know, this much weight. Now, to ensure motherfuckers built shit the right way, what they would do is, once that bridge was done, they would take the dude that was in charge of building that bridge. They would take him, his wife, his kids. I mean, they wouldn't force them, but they were told, you're getting under that bridge. And then they would bring the tanks. And those tanks would have to go over the bridge. And if you happen to have pocketed some of the money, skimmed out on some of the material, cheaped out, found a loophole to, you know, funnel money into your pocket rather than build the bridge to spec, well, guess what? That bridge would collapse and your entire generation would essentially just disappear. And I kind of like that idea, that there was that sense of responsibility. Like, you were tasked with this particular thing, and you know what? You need to be held accountable. But these motherfuckers that want to say, oh, war with China, war with Russia, you know, talking about, oh, nuclear, they, you know, what if we do this, they're gonna launch. And if you guys are dude, you need to be the front line. You should be the reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be your neck and your blood on the line. Not the everyday people, not the poor people. Because most of the infantry, they're all fucking coming from fucked up backgrounds, dude. They're not there because it's the number one choice they had in their life. They're there because they're hoping for change. Some discipline, some, you know, some money, some knowledge, some all kinds of stuff, right? But all these top motherfuckers that are like talking about war in terms of pro-war and pro this and anti this nation and anti that nation, their kids aren't in fucking infantry. You know what I'm saying? Their kids aren't in fucking, their kids are on a fucking Navy ship. You know what I'm saying? It's shameful, man. It's shameful. We got a whole bunch of people without spines trying to lead the people, man. They don't even have the strength in their spine to hold their head up high. You know what I'm saying? They could barely keep their head from fucking wobbling over, man. They're spineless. It's fucking crazy. I really see it that way, man. I don't know how people get into that position. I guess you have to have no morals, no dignity, no fucking spine, no nothing, you know? Go rape kids on the fucking island and shit for you to be in such positions, I guess, right? And then we wonder why the world is getting shittier every fucking day, you know? And I don't know. I'm gonna end it at that, man. You guys can say whatever you guys want in the comment section. Correct me, put your 2 cents in, or whatever the fuck ever, you know? If you liked what I said, if it rang a bell with you, cool, man. If it didn't, go fuck yourself. You guys have a nice day. Solo, YOLO, BOLO. Peace.